Have you noticed how many condos are suddenly for sale across South Florida? In some areas, we now have more than a year of condo inventory, which is something we haven't seen in a long time. So, what happened? Why did thousands of Florida condos suddenly hit the market? The answer has a lot to do with Florida condo laws, large assessments that many owners weren't prepared for, and a major shift happening across the condo market right now. But here's the part most people are missing. This market shakeup may actually be creating one of the biggest buying opportunities we've seen in decades. Today, I'm going to break it down. If you haven't met me before, my name is Gloria Hack with RE/MAX Direct here in South Florida. I watch this market every single day and work with buyers and sellers throughout South Florida. And one thing I can tell you after many years in real estate is that markets move in cycles. Sometimes the movements that feel uncertain in the news are actually the moments that create the greatest opportunities. And that may be exactly what's happening right now in the Florida condo market. What's actually happening with condo inventory? For the past several years, Florida real estate has been extremely competitive. Low inventory, multiple offers, buyers bidding above asking prices. Condos were selling very quickly and buyers had little negotiating power. But today, the condo market looks different. Inventory has increased significantly in many South Florida areas. Properties are staying in the market longer, and sellers are often more flexible on their price. Some people see these headlines and assume something must be wrong with the market, but in reality, this shift is largely the result of something very specific that happened in Florida law. One of the biggest reasons we suddenly have so much condo inventory in South Florida has to do with changes in Florida condo laws that were passed after the tragic Surfside condominium collapse in 2021. For many years, many condominium associations kept monthly fees artificially low by underfunding their reserve accounts. In simple terms, they postponed major repairs instead of saving properly for them over time. These repairs include things like structural repairs, concrete restoration, roof replacements, elevator systems, plumbing, and electrical systems. Under the new Florida condo safety laws, associations are now required to properly fund reserves for these major structural items. That means buildings must actually plan financially for future repairs instead of delaying them. So no more kicking the can down the street. And when many associations completed these inspections and reserve studies, they realized they needed to collect significant funds from owners. In some cases, owners suddenly received special assessments that were tens and thousands of dollars, sometimes even more. For many condo owners, especially retirees living on fixed incomes, these large assessments simply were not affordable. So many owners made the decision to sell. And when a lot of owners make that same decision at the same time, inventory increases quickly. That's exactly what we're seeing today across South Florida. But here's what most people are missing. While this situation has created uncertainty, for some owners, it also is forcing condo buildings to become financially healthier. Buildings now have to complete structural inspections, they've got to address long delayed repairs, and they got to properly fund their reserve accounts. Make sense? Once these issues are addressed, those buildings become far more stable long term. Future buyers will know that major repairs have already been addressed, reserves are properly funded, and the building is structurally sound. Super important. In other words, the condo market is going through a short-term shakeup that is actually going to strengthen the long-term health of the buildings. Why demand for Florida real estate is still strong? It's important to remember that Florida is not just a local housing market, it's a global destination. People from all over the United States and from around the world want to live here. There are several reasons why. First is lifestyle. Florida offers warm weather, year-round beautiful beaches, boating, golf, and an outdoor lifestyle that many parts of the country simply cannot offer. Second is taxes. Florida has no state income tax, which is extremely attractive for people relocating from high tax states like New York, New Jersey, and California. Third is global access. South Florida is one of the most internationally connected regions in the United States, making it very accessible for international buyers. And fourth is the investment potential. Many buyers see Florida real estate as both a lifestyle purchase and a long-term investment, because historically, Florida real estate has performed very well over time. Real estate markets move in cycles. When inventory is low, sellers have power. When inventory increases, buyers gain negotiating power. And right now, we are seeing something buyers haven't seen for years: more options, more negotiating flexibility, and more opportunities. Buyers today may be able to negotiate price reductions, closing cost credits, or repairs that were almost impossible to negotiate during previous competitive markets. This creates an environment where smart buyers can find opportunities that simply did not exist a few years ago. 3 things buyers must check before buying a condo right now. Before you buy a condo in Florida right now, there are 3 things you absolutely need to review in the building. First, check the reserve funding. A financially healthy building should have properly funded reserves for future maintenance. Second, review structural inspection reports and engineering studies. These reports can reveal upcoming repairs that buyers need to understand before purchasing. Third, ask about pending or future assessments. Understanding whether additional assessments may be coming is a key part for evaluating your condo purchase today. One group that may benefit the most from this moment is first-time home buyers. For the last several years, many first-time home buyers were completely priced out of the market. They were competing against investors, cash buyers, and multiple offers, and now the market is starting to shift. With more inventory available, first-time buyers finally have something they haven't had in years: time. Time to compare options, time to evaluate the numbers, and time to make smart decisions without being rushed into bidding wars. Condos often represent one of the most accessible entry points into home ownership in South Florida. So imagine looking back 5 years from now. What if prices have stabilized, demand has increased again, and buyers are competing for condos just like they were a few years ago? Many people may look back at this period and realize this was the moment when opportunities were available. Markets are always adjusting, and this shakeup may simply be part of the market finding a healthier long-term balance. So yes, condo inventory has increased across South Florida, but now you understand why. New condo safety laws required buildings to properly fund reserves and address long delayed maintenance. That caused many owners to sell. But it also means buildings are becoming stronger and more financially responsible. And for buyers, that may create one of the most interesting opportunities we've seen in years. If you're thinking about buying a condo in South Florida, or if you have questions about whether this market creates an opportunity for you, I would be happy to help. You can reach out to me directly or schedule a call using the contact information below. And if you want more updates about the South Florida real estate market, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I share new videos every week to help buyers and sellers make smarter real estate decisions. Thanks for watching.